Hi, everyone.
Hey.
Welcome to our podcast. Happy to have you with us.
This will be very disclosing, enlightening, uplifting, cosmic interaction. There's a lot of details and information that we're exploding with. So, get relaxed and enjoy. So, you want to bring up the videos so that we just lead right into it.
Yeah, I'm just checking on that everything is being shared. So if you want just to comment a little bit, to talk about how did we got to these pieces that we are going to show in the video.
Okay. We're in Mexico. Been exploring a lot of powerful sacred sites, place of power, pyramids, and some of the places have been calling us more and more. We've met up with friends, one of our friends, Gustavo, that we met at a conference, and he was also in the area doing some archaeological digs and some interesting pieces that are out of this world. Nearby a pyramid that was a little off to the side. So many things to discover, hidden treasures all throughout the planet that are just waiting, and they just have this layer of matrix and skepticism and ego prisons around them. And it blew my ego boundaries apart when we went into this. Oh my God, I can't. It's so much proof. So thank you for tuning in and enjoy the proof as we show it to you.
Yes, well, I just want to say to that, we are truly grateful for this experience, as we will be showing to you in these videos. And as you have seen in some of our posts, we normally get to see, images and videos about findings in relation to artifacts of the galactic community. And we raise all these inner questions, whether if they are true or not. So this is why for us, it was so important to share the proof to that, because not only we got to experience it, to be taken to a very specific place and being part of it, yet we also got to record it and be authorized and actually quite encouraged by these amazing people to put this information out, as this is so important, because as all this information is now coming out to light, there is a lot of distortion also coming out, trying to put down the truth.
Yeah.
So
a lot of censorship.
Exactly. So for us, it's so important to share the actual proof of this, so that you can feel that which we got to experience onto a different level, of course, and actually be part of it, because we have very exciting news in relation to our trip to Mexico when it comes to these places. Okay, so the first video that we want to show to you is when we found a pyramid. As you will see, we found very artifacts quite related to what we would call Egyptian cosmology. We found a pyramid, we found obelisks, as you will see, with actually beings that are commonly referred to in ancient Egyptian cosmology. So yeah, we will be talking about that. We would just want you to see first. So I'm going to share a screen. Okay. Wow. Okay, so it's this one. Yeah. We have a lot of videos. That's why we are. Yeah, so this first video is of the pyramid.
Are you sure they can see it?
No.
Are you sure?
No, but it's interesting because we had one of the pyramid and now it's not showing up. So anyway, yeah. Do you want to tell them a little bit about the pyramid?
No, I want to save that for last.
Okay.
Do you have the other ones or the
Yeah.
Facebook
Yeah, I
videos?
have.
You want to do the Facebook videos first?
Video.
Then that's super easy because
Okay,
it tells
I see
you
now.
the screen share,
Okay.
the screen share for Facebook.
Yeah, but here is the one of the pyramid. Okay, so
Facebook is easy.
yeah, I just want to show the one that the video where the video is at right now. Okay. Well, in the meantime, okay, so here we have one of them.
Es un obelisco. Hay más todavía. Ah.
And it's a minute in already. Okay, sorry for the technical difficulties, everyone.
Yeah.
Neuron C.
Increíble. Extraordinario. ¿Ah?
I feel, acá siento que todavía hay más cosas acá abajo. Anubis.
Do we clear the top?
Here there are things.
What do you say about this piece?
E.T. is like a Anubis figure. It's like type of empowerment, evolution of the DNA. Well, brings back like you're drinking in a new self. Ritual cup.
Nice.
Another video.
Oh, yeah.
Para que nos compartan su sabiduría.
This is not
Ceremony we did
Yes.
before. you sage off. And these ceremonies are very important because you get the spirits of the land to like you.
Tiene su manita por ahí, ahorita va a salir su manita.
Crystal ETP artifact we found.
Got two?
There are several ones here.
There's one. Maliano. Oh, looks like an obelisk. ¿Cuántos
Es un obelisco. Hay más todavía.
Cubist like figure on the inside of it. Cool. And yeah, the ceremonies are very important. You got to get the spirits of it, the place to like you, objects, sacred objects. There's like even a shifting of the reality of the soil underneath, where if they don't approve, you don't find anything at all. And if you do exactly what they like and to get them to approve of you, then you find way more. The guide that was holding the event said that they find a few objects every once in a while when they go, but they found more objects when we went than they ever had before, they said. And we did a lot of magic and work into that. Amplified.
What do you say about this piece?
Amplified treasure finding magic, which I've gone into heavily, as there's many different ancient texts about it, and learned how that works. Do you want to go into that other post that I did, or also you can bring up the video and
we can talk a little bit about the images that we have seen, and then show more videos, so that people so that they know. As Sean was saying, it's very important to do ceremonies because we're not just going to a place to undress it, without even taking care of the sacredness of the site. We are actually connecting from a space of love and respect, in which we are allowing those artifacts to show themselves to us, because we are not the ones finding them. They're the ones allowing the full access for us to reach out to them. So when we truly understand this, then we are capable to tune into the true power, the true nature of those artifacts, not just only as objects that are quite amazing, yet with the fundamental purpose of those artifacts, because each artifact has a very precise purpose to be unfolded, to be activated. So they are choosing who finds them. So this is very important, because then we are truly connecting from the space of the heart. And that actually, that shell that this amazing man who was holding the space for this, Max, who was holding the space for all this event, the shape of the shell is a heart, is the vortex of the heart. So you're blowing your heart for it to be expanded and hold the space for all the event to be, as you saw, there was Sufi with us, other kids. So there was this beauty of this innocence that allows us actually to tune into a higher level of connection, not only to the place, not only with the artifacts, yet to the beings that place them themselves.
Right. So if you're ever interested in doing archaeological digs or going on them yourself, of course, we'll be doing that with our tours in Mexico, but or are involved in it yourself, or know of a possible location and you're interested in that, and you want a good luck charm, we're good at that, because we're good at tuning in and communicating telepathically with the beings of the land, the spirit guardians, the objects themselves. A lot of them will go into old times where they were ritually buried or put in an area and then over time covered up, and then sometimes trees, like in our location, a whole giant tree sprouted on top of it and covering it up. So there's a lot involved. You got to get approval from, and it really is like the shifting of things underground taking place to allow you to find them, and whether the objects have fully integrated with the place and graduated and they're ready to move on or go somewhere else to another caretaker that values them. They're bored, looking for who is worthy. And if you're interested in that type of archaeological experience, then let us know and we can help you. And we go into psychic tracking, and we would point out where we felt the objects were. And pretty much every time there is a very powerful object. Some of the first place I picked, it turned out to be one of the most powerful objects there. It was just deeper in, and it took a while to get to it. And then her as well, I was like, I feel it's over there. And then so it's like a heart drawing experience if it approves of you.
Yeah, that's where we found actually a couple of pieces there in that spot, because it's also this sense of remembrance, like once placing them, and also tuning into the field, like through an inner scanner instead of having a device.
So we'll show you some of the objects we found. So no, not this. But why are these little guys as if they have a design? Like, where did this come from? I wonder. There's a little hamburger in his hand. Where does that design come from? Yeah, you can show yours. And here's the one you saw in the video. And here's a bigger hamburger under it. No, or a drum or some. Looks like it's playing an instrument. Into the face. Definitely not that humanoid looking. It looks like it's jade.
It's jade. It's imperial jade. And so the jade would come from Guatemala. And we have the elongated skull, with which the common stream archaeologists related to the elongation of the skull, like on purpose done when they were kids. But the elongation of the skull can shift the shape, yet cannot increase the mass of the bone itself. So we can definitely see here, there is an elongated skull, sort of Syrian. And the drum hamburger.
Yeah, the hamburger. So yeah, again, like look at this design of these things that are commonly known, the oval eyes, little green man or whatever. So these guys, why are these like almost like near the same type of thing? And throughout our culture, it's probably because people have been finding things like this and cover them up, but they've been bleeding over into our culture. So this is my little friend, which also, if you put UV light on them, they have a rare material that makes them glow, which we have
like this actually. But this is a different kind of a stone. This comes from Egypt. But they are, through ultraviolet light, is that they start to glow in the dark. So it has traces. It has just power, dust. You want to show it?
Yeah, did you get that video?
Yeah, sure, I can. We will show a video precisely of those.
Oh, and you took it off screen share?
Yeah, I will put it now. Okay. So
you can do the first one or the second one, whatever you want.
But I just need to put it on big, but stop.
Yeah, right. Okay.
Okay, so Here there is another video to share with you how it glows in the dark.
Cool. It's black. Interesting.
But it's not playing. It's now. It will start playing now.
It's,
Oh.
Yeah, that's...
No.
Okay. Here's the little guy.
Wow.
You know, glows.
Qué bonito.
Now, hopefully, that will...
Wow.
The next video will... Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know if that works.
But yeah, there are very
I'll try to
specific
reset it
pieces
too.
that glow in the dark.
Go ahead.
And these ones that glow in the dark, as I was saying, they show very specific traces of dust, of particles, in relation to a very specific crystal, which allows them to fit, like the particles, the dust particles of those crystals feed from the energy, from very specific waves of energy, and then they glow in the dark. So, for instance, we see in the pyramids that they would do this with the mica, which is a very specific crystal that was also made into power. And as in the pyramids in Egypt, they would use the alabaster to create that shining aspect in the pyramids, and not for beauty, because it was for technological purposes. So, but anyway, they did this with the mica, and it does that luminescence, that glow in the pyramids. So it's something. It's also another crystal. This is different because this fits from the solar light, and
yeah,
this
UV, right? Is
yes,
they both do.
this
that was
as
UV,
well. That's
yeah.
glowing.
That was
Okay,
UV.
of course.
It's
Okay.
just, it might be more than one.
Yeah.
That one's a little bit more green, and that's yellow.
No, that's green actually. But anyway, you see, yeah, this is more like nuclear green.
Okay, so here's a comment, and also we'll be pulling ET cards, so feel free to ask in the comments if you want an ET card. We'll go into something deeper with you, and like if you have ET connections. What is communicating with you as you unearth it? You want to go into that, and also I'll see if that video finishes downloading, and then we can go into others.
Sure. Well, for instance, David asking, hi, thank you for your question. Well, in my case, how I experience it, there are different layers of translating the information, whereas it was me as another fractal who actually placed those artifacts there. So I'm just tuning into that fractal and that moment within the space-time fabric, which I did it. So then it's easy for me to tune into it. Other is the resonance of the very artifact calling in to me, and as a magnet, bringing me to that place, and me being anchoring the energy that artifact is found. Another thing is also as voices, and like calling me, pointing me to a very specific part. But for me, it's mainly how it goes is the knowingness, knowing that there is something there, because I feel the magnetic force, because I feel the memory of that thing being placed, the artifact being placed there. So that's how it works for me. Whereas if I did it myself, or I'm tuning into the spatiotemporal constant or the timeline in which it was done, and as a hologram visualizing as a Cartesian plane coordinates that are beaming light to me, so then I head to that place, as I was saying, as a magnet.
Yeah, exactly. The pull. I'm trying to find.
I have the video of the pyramid already.
Cool. I am getting mine. Okay. Here's mine.
But
the
they
one
won't
I
see
have.
it. I need to share screen.
Right. Okay, go on.
But that's not it. That's the obelisk.
Well, you can play that one because I don't think that was fully
yeah,
played. Yeah, that wasn't
they-
played.
yeah.
That was not played fully. They did not see the turning of it. So yeah, play that one in another room. Yeah, there are communications, there's nudges, and when you trade and you reach.
Haz un jarrón. Ay, ay, ay. Ahora, muéstrala.
Sophie, hold it. Yeah, let's see both sides. Oh, ET. See the wings? Wow.
No tiene nada adentro, no. Fíjate, no trae nada adentro.
Show us the other side. Oh, yeah.
Están. Jarrón.
It's got a kind of Anubis. Large person, ET.
¿A la nave? Spaceship.
Yeah,
You want to hold it?
sure.
Okay, so that's one cup that we also found.
Yeah, that was a powerful cup. It seemed to evolve those that drank from it. Like they said, it would bring in a new.
Anubis. Venus major. Force?
Venus. Increíble.
Siento que todavía no hemos pasado.
Extraordinario. ¿Ah?
I feel that acá siento que todavía hay más cosas acá abajo.
It also had a horse on it.
Anubis.
I don't know if you can.
Yeah, sure, we can replay it. This is Anubis, Horus, and the ET. This is Horus.
Yeah.
Then we have
Falcon
Anubis. Then we have Anubis. Then we have the ET, and then we have the app.
Venus. Increíble.
Siento que todavía no hemos pasado.
Extraordinario. ¿Ah?
I feel that acá siento que
And all keep in mind, this is in Mexico. So there is an absolute connection between the Egyptian gods and the Mexican gods. Proof.
Yes. The Mayans would call what we know as Anubis as the Xolo, which is a dog. Actually, it's present nowadays. It's the breed is Xoloscuincle, and because the name is in Nahuatl, and it's they related to the moon, and it's the same face as Anubis, and they would consider the Xolo a sacred dog that would accompany the dead to the transit into the eternal life, the same as Anubis did when he accompanied the transcended people through the duat through the transit all the way to reach the duat. So of course there are correlations. It's nothing new. We know it, that all the ancient civilizations were connected to one another and that continue to be connected, and as codes that are pointing out to something. and that all these artifacts that have like remarkable Egyptian influence show to us how these Atlantean beings came to what we know today as Mexico before what we know now as Toltecs, even Mayans and Aztecs were here. They came before. They were imprinting all this area with all this knowledge, even before the Atlanteans, and they were imprinting all their knowledge. And then they were putting all these artifacts they were using, they were showing, conveying through all these artifacts their existence, and then deliver it to the beings, the human beings that were here to receive all this knowledge, and then creating all these cultures as we know them. As we know the timelines in how everything happened, mostly when it comes to the translation that the story in human evolution given by the common stream archaeology is kind of diffusive, it's kind of shaky, like even the creation of the pyramids and so forth. So yeah, when we see all these kind of artifacts, we know that it was not only about religion, polytheism.
Making art for what they saw, especially if it had a big enough impact.
Yes, for instance.
What, do you have a video for this?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, let's bring that up first. So that's like...
okay. I also have the pyramid one.
Yeah.
I just need to know.
There you go. Oh, and so what's Self-Love Society asked for ET card. So when you ask, go ahead and ask what, also ask and ask what do you want it for, like what about. But here's the card you got. Said, ET Galactic Guides, you are guided by the Galactics. And I'll read into a little bit more. Yeah. So Soul Family showed up with you. They're aware of you. Ancient Off-World Soul Family follow you in a ship, cloaked, usually hidden in the clouds, and they'll do missions with you every once in a while. So see if you can contact them and let them know and that you know about them and go deeper.
Yeah, the one of the pyramid is playing. We're just seeing that. No.
It's the...
Okay.
Pause it.
Yeah, I can. We can watch another one. In the meantime,
you can't watch those?
I have to send them to another link to watch
so
them.
They don't pop up?
No. But you were saying about the card.
Bring up share screen again. Let me look at that.
It's in Spanish.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have now. Okay, so here is the video of the finding of the pyramid.
You make it full screen.
There is the pyramid.
Es una pirámide, ¿verdad? No sé, necesitamos dejarla ver. ¿Cómo ven? ¿Está? La cuchara, hijo, y la rachita. Es una pirámide. Está allá, hijo. Allá, ir allá.
I'm just going to call it a little way to get rid of that little thing. Yeah, we were very surprised to find this. I was like blown away. It's like unreal. It's like a dream. It's a little top part.
Mm-hmm.
And we're also lucky that they found all the pieces to it too. Is there? Yeah, there's probably more.
No, this is the only one on the pyramid.
Are you sure? Because
Yeah.
Gustavo also filmed it, maybe.
No, at least not that I have. So.
Okay, so we'll ask him for the rest of those videos. Okay, you want to play another one? Do you have the one for this?
Yeah, but I need to. Okay, you.
Are you
go
off?
ahead.
Are you off share screen? Because it looks like you're still on.
No, I know. No.
Okay.
Okay, so.
Okay.
Yeah, now we will share with you another one where there is another artifact, normally known as a dagger, but yeah, of course, it has other purposes than sacrificing, as how it's commonly known. So it has actually quite energetic and scientific purposes.
Double click.
Yeah, it's taking.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah. So you can show it, and then if the video pops up.
I have to get rid of this.
Yeah, so as we were saying, the fact of being aware that all these artifacts are lying underground all over the world inspire us to, as within as without, dig within those records, those archives that are within us in relation to our galactic origin. Because if we are seeing this in our reality, then also we're capable to go and apply that in our own, getting to tune into our DNA, our original DNA. And because all that lineage is within our DNA. No, doesn't want to. It's just stopped. So
okay, yeah, we're getting some freakouts and glitches. Let's see if we can clear that up. Okay, go back up, do some clearing.
yeah. So anyway, when we talk about myths, because here it's very important to clarify. Okay, so
you guys can hear us all right? Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. Okay, so the pyramid, as the word says, pira, which is fire, and mid is the center. The pyramids is the word that we use to describe to these ancient structures that actually its purpose was being unfolding as an octahedron by mirroring into the water that were normally below them, because all pyramids were located originally
What's this
around
retransfer
places that were full of water, therefore reflecting them and creating portals that will enable not only the water being a superconductor and creating free energy, yet also opening portals into
What's this
some
file?
the videos.
Can you collapse it and then reopen the file?
Yeah, so let's just keep it simple.
So yeah, we'll go into answers thing. Did aliens bioengineer corn? What do you think?
Well, that's a very interesting question, because if we tune into the ancient Mayan cosmology, and even also Aztec, and in relation to how the Nahuatl would talk about this, the corn was given by
It's not.
yeah, so
Okay. Yeah, don't worry. Keep.
it's clean.
I'll fix it. Just.
It's just stopping the recording. It's not going on now.
Yeah. Fine.
So,
Sounds the corn.
So Quetzalcoatl is the most, when we turn into how they perceive him as not as a god, neither the Egyptians could consider Anubis as a god, or Isis, or, all that galactic community. They were presenting a lot of information that was useful to them.
Yay. Hey, we got it back working. Okay. Go ahead
Sure.
into it, and then we can
Okay, we will sure.
Yeah, we're definitely getting a lot of blowback for bringing you guys this information. So please like and share and subscribe.
Babe, it's a cube. Fuck, and I told him it's here.
I thought it was a cube because some cubes have been founded already. So
She likes cubes.
yeah, the cubes are such a high tech, and I will be talking about that in another video.
I think you already showed this video.
Yeah, but you played it.
It was the video you clicked on. Yes, it was.
No, it wasn't.
Yes.
No.
Okay, well.
Several ones here.
Go ahead and talk about the corn.
Yeah, so the corn, it said that Quetzalcoatl, the feathered serpent, brought it. And Quetzalcoatl is a being from the galactic community. So even how they explain about corn, they related it to the 4 primordial colors. And we have 4 types of corn in Mexico. So, and if we see the pattern of the corn, is the same pattern that some of the structures in this asymmetrical blocks, then fusion with not mold hologram. So when we have the corn, we don't only have a grain. One of the fundamental imprints of how this reality is fractally replicated at different layers, and then constructing what we know from all these layers, what we get to see as this tangible field.
It just plays again.
Yeah.
All right. So what I'm not sure if there's a question or statement. Gonzaro, no, there are no pyramids in Mexico. That's a colonized perspective. This is just cultural appropriation.
Yeah, well, the thing is that
Well, thanks for coming.
Yeah, mostly when they talk about that the fact that there are no pyramids, this is why I was
It's more pyramids here than anywhere else.
yeah, but I think that he is referring more that it's there is like this layer of information that is trying to remove the concept of pyramids from these constructions. And the way is because they say that they're not like truly, they are eight-sided constructions, not fully pyramids, like they are octahedrons. So
Why is a pyramid means fire inside?
This is why I was
is
saying
a synthetic construction of what a mountain does. Why limit the definition of that at all when it can be a very sacred and ceremonial place that indicates a high-powered place of power, and then they interact with it to interact with the gods or the beings below, or higher spiritual dimensions, or empower themselves, places of healings, to where I've gone to them, they take all my pain away.
Yeah, but like it's more about the word, and actually this word is very important. As I was saying, pira is fire and mit is the middle, and even it's a replication of the pyramid that we have here in the bottom of our rib cage. You can look for it in like in Google if you want, like images of the human body and how it creates a pyramid at the bottom of our rib cage, going from the dantian, from the lower dantian all the way up. So this is how, from the hologram, it projects what we get to activate within the pyramid into us. So, and also in relation to our pyramidal neurons. And here we have the images of
And what would you call it? Temples or archaeological sites or dig sites or structures, or whatever you want to call it. Like pyramids is a short, easy term that I like using, and indicates a network grid of similar structures all around the planet, which then goes to the gravity of it. And then also, like I've been told on tours that Meso and South America have 11,000 pyramids alone. And that blew me away, because why, how, who? Our culture doesn't even make these. They're too lazy. They don't. So what kind of culture do we have in the past that has the time to do this, that is so out of survival to where they would be like, yeah, let's make structures that last forever. So big. Yeah, let's I'm going to call it pyramids. I'm going to continue to call it pyramids. Give me a better word. How about that? Hey, Zero Left, thanks for coming. Also, cool thing, Germany. When I went there, I went to see one of the German pyramids. People don't know about it. It's a pyramid towards the goddess Hela, which used to be called Holly and be a personification of Earth. Very powerful, beautiful place. So that goes in the Norse mythology.
Yeah, there are pyramids all over the world. They are creating a network which is now partially active. Yet when they were created, it was generating a full transmission of free energy and connecting directly to other pyramids in very specific constellations, as Orion, as in Mars, which is not a constellation, it's a planet. But like all these places that at a cosmic scale were giving the feedback, the energetic feedback of what the pyramids here were creating and recreating. So there was a huge entangled field of coherence that was enabling to reach into at a more advanced form with the galactic community and with the wormholes inside the Earth. Because all the wormholes inside the Earth, the main ones, the core ones, are connected to the Earth's black hole and then traveling through the black hole all the way to Orion, or even to the sun, or even to other black holes. So this is why also Orion was so important, and the alignment of the pyramids, of most of the pyramids, is connected to Orion, because due to the ships would travel through the Earth's black hole and then exit all the way to Orion's constellation, and then having a huge connection with the Orion's nebula, Messier 42, or Messier 42, the lost jewel of Orion. So yeah, this is what I'm saying. It is going more into, because there is something very important that is to make clear, because he says Teokali. Teo is God, and Kali is the house. And Kali is also a word in relation to Sanskrit. It's a divinity there, Kali. So when we put together there, we go beyond the colonization, and we are capable to bridge in concepts, words, as more than concepts, because also if we enlighten the pyramid within, we're activating that God nature, that plasma, that light body, because we activate our plasma body through the main pyramidal focal points in our body, and then the toruses. So everything is connected. I do believe that it's very important to transcend the hatred to colonization if we want actually to get the gold of the whole creation and who we are now, So yeah, I just want to say that it's very important to transcend that hatred to the colonizers, as you did in United States, as in many places of the world, because then we actually get to unite all the information and reach the gold to it. I think there is more importance actually in the functioning of these artifacts than in words.
I'm gonna show them.
Come
Right,
on, if he wants to come
So
up.
thank you for the word Teokali. Appreciate it. Yeah, still gonna use pyramids because that's the I use terms that have the greatest chance of going out into the collective consciousness, internet, and being found. Otherwise, dead zone. Not many people looking up that word, unfortunately. Maybe you can change that though. Quetzalcoatl. Okay, cool. Yeah, is the feathered serpent also called a dragon? What if you want to go into it?
Definitely. If we see a serpent and it's plumbed, then it's a dragon. And then dragons leads us to whales, and I won't get to that this time, but everything is connected. So yeah, the feathered serpent is definitely connected to the dragons. We have a lot of glyphs connected here in Mexico to dragons, and actually the feathered serpent is also connected to the phoenix. So there are different types of correlation to Quetzalcoatl or to Kukulkan, and as a title and as a being and as a consciousness, Quetzalcoatl is guiding, as the Christ consciousness is showing the level of advanced awareness that we are requested to embody at this moment. Because as we know, also the correlation of the Mayan with Pleiades was quite deep. So now if we take this to what we are going through at this moment as the planet Earth, we are now crossing the photonic belt of Alcyon. So, and that's in Pleiades, Alcyon. So it's an upgrade. And Alcyon for the Mayan was called the rattlesnake tail. So.
And it looks there'll be multiple besides the human form with Kukulkan incarnations, people claiming to be them. Dragons definitely existed, flying ones, different lung type or Western. I'd say this more close to like Chinese lung type, but it seems to be a little bit of its own thing because it's a higher, more ancient lineage, and it has connections to its own realms and a family, like with his sister and a few others that we've been able to tune into, place of power, even portals that go back to realms that have more of this species of feathered serpent. So I'd say it's dragon-esque, but a little bit beyond that.
Yeah, and it's very latest. Stephen is talking about the dinosaurs as well, the raptor dinosaurs.
We're also going to go on digs for dinosaur bones if you want to go interaction with that, because we go into high spirituality with the spirit guides of different animal parts that you can bring healing and love and support and everything they need to where they want to be a part of your life and be a guardian for you. Okay, and anyone want any more cards, just say. We'll go into ET connection for you and just go into why you also want the ET connection. Can you go into the video? But
yeah, go ahead. Keep on sharing. Your beautiful
the
voice.
video up was ready to go.
No, that was not it.
Okay.
It was the same.
Okay, well, I definitely should have known that.
Yeah. For some reason, the one with double E's wants to keep on popping. So,
okay, here we go. Cool.
Okay, so we're going to show an oops.
Yay. Let's see. Are we still live? What'd you do, babe? Has this ever happened before?
No.
Okay, it's still live, so you just need to fix your computer.
Okay, yeah. Well, it's the screen. So, yeah.
Control Delete.
Okay, there it is.
Somehow.
Okay.
Don't know what that was. All right.
Yeah,
cool.
it's kind of the videos. It's kind of due to the videos. So this is the last video that we will be showing. And for now, at least. So enjoy. It's a little guide that we will be showing to you now.
Can you get rid of that thing?
Yeah, sure. But I just want her to play it first.
Yeah.
Esto es lo que hemos sacado. Esto. El cerro. Y
So Anubis-like figure there, or the Canis major. Serious species of dog people, which I found they have more colonies. And a type of taller gray.
es algo extraordinario.
Seems to keep showing up in a lot of these artifacts.
Y aquí estamos, miren.
Which there are over 4,000 species of gray, so it's not going to be easy to figure out which one. And with what we're reading, I don't think there's many books on these guys. So yeah, here, if you wanted to hold them up.
Dun, dun, dun.
Now you can go closer. And just show them everything, a little detail about them. It's got a little pyramid with an eye, interestingly. There was a lot of Eye of Horus symbolism.
Yeah.
In a lot of these objects. So that's also amazing how Egypt and Mexico transcends the difference in distance.
Yeah, I almost cried of happiness
Me too.
when we got to have this magnificent opportunity of bridging in physically through these artifacts, Mexico and Egypt, which we know by now that it's not only about the pyramids. There was an exchange a cultural exchange, a galactic exchange of the same essence. So a lot of people relate this, mainly the Cohen stream archaeology, relate this to daggers, as I was saying,
Yeah, the
sacrifice
Athame.
daggers. But we can see that there is no trace of blood or whatsoever. So this had other use, an energetic use.
Yeah. So Athames and ritual magic are used as a ceremonial tool, symbology, as well as to cut open doorways and portals. They are not meant to touch blood at all.
Exactly.
It would degrade their spiritual power if they did.
Imagine that you are connecting, if you're trying to magnetize the electric current of some thunders, and you are tuning into that electric current and bringing it in all the way to this dagger, and then use it for very specific purposes, as Sean was saying, and even for energetic surgeries, like you don't need even to touch the body, you're creating like healing without
I've gone
touching
into
the body.
shamanic activity where a lot of these type of tools will be used in cutting cords in detachment, which leads to enlightenment in Buddhism, Hinduism, and other things. They'll do like chi knives for qi gong. As well, I've experimented with this technology in shamanic journeying and trips and interaction, where I was holding space for people on a medicine journey, to where they were feeling overwhelmed, and then I was cutting all the cords around them, and they started blissing out, like having orgasms like they never experienced before. And I was like a little freaked out, but I was like, okay, I'll just keep going. And then, whoa, I was doing it. I was like from 10 feet away. I was sitting in a chair outside while they were laying on a towel, and I was just seeing the cords on them and cutting them. And it was just like, oh my God. And I was like a little cautious because I have neighbors. Didn't know what they would think, but just let her do it. So whatever. But yeah, so the spiritual tools are no joke, and these got connections with the artist, which I read based on the depthness of the soil and the type of cultures. These are probably pre-Aztec, pre-Mayan civilizations that have been probably merged together and thought of as just one.
Yeah.
And this is what they witnessed, and they are entangled with the memory and the signature frequency of the being that witnessed, and used as prayer objects. They're probably seen as gods, and so they have links to the original beings, which we're looking into and see if they they dead, or where's the spirit, or are they alive? Like some secrets I will share with you guys later.
Because actually these pieces were not found along with, let's say, pre-colonistic artifacts. All these artifacts were quite connected to only ET species, like being engraved in them, and showing symbols that are non-similar at all to the ones used by the indigenous tribes at a pre-colonized stage. So, for instance, we can see this symbol. This is not known at all in the glyphs in the Mayan culture, Toltec, Aztec, Mexica, and also the elongated skull and all the features, the face features, are different even from the ones used in the Mayan. And even these ones are also, this one is more elongated. This, as Sean was saying, is a different species than this one. This one is more like even like humanoid in in some of the features. But again, all of them, the pieces that we found are mostly ET artifacts for sure.
And going into ETs, I would mostly say that these guys have a home base on Earth, in inner Earth, So a lot of them are natives, kind of, in that way. But then if you want to go back to galactic origins, probably have connections with Sirius, maybe Pleiades with like Mayan interaction with the Mayan star, and then some, that dart around in different colony connections. And like I said, 4,000 different gray species. So yeah, there's lots of like, what little subset of stars is that from?
Yeah, and also the cephalopods. A lot of the findings that we did and that we were shown, you show the cephalopods, which are the octopuses, the hybrids of octopuses, along with elongated skulls, and also some kind of mare connection with
mer people.
Mer people, because these are very, very present all over here. They show them in all these artifacts. Well, not all of them, but most of them. The cephalopods, the hybrids being like half gray and half cephalopods, and this shows, and it shows coherence with the story of the beings that came from the water to be the founders of the Mayans and other indigenous tribes that were present in the Mexican territory, when their arrival.
So if you're interested in this stuff, ET artifacts, going on an archaeological dig, maybe even digging and finding some yourself.
Giving energetic orgasms for very specific.
Yeah, maybe that. And practicing your psychic tracking, going on mystery schools, learn these abilities to treasure find, to make it so the land shifts to where if it has a treasure for you specifically, you'll find it, and practicing looking for them and fulfilling your archaeological dreams and finding ET artifacts, and then possibly getting to take one home. Message us, because we'll be doing stuff like that for our Mexico trips, which will be ongoing. We have one coming up now, many powerful places of power, pyramids, temples, archaeological sites, place of power, healing, magic, abundance, that will unfold and upgrade your DNA and bring you to your greatest self, and amplify love as well. So if you're interested in checking off that bucket list and finding being an archaeologist for a day, and digging up an ET artifact, contact us, because this is a once in a lifetime experience. You will barely find anyone that is able to offer this. So and send us an email, trip inquiry, for that specifically. You can contact us at PsionicLeague@gmail.com and send us an email. Or what's your email?
omnivision.hunuh @outlook.com. And we will be doing this trip and many more. I just want to clarify that, because here it says like you can dig stuff and then take it. No, this is very important. We are just bringing information to the surface, because there is a lot of people that actually are creating museums with these artifacts, so that people can come into those museums and enjoy from those artifacts. We are just doing the service of bringing that vision and this information to the light, for it to be seen. This is super important, because this has a higher purpose, a much higher purpose than just pulling in our pockets, with artifacts. We're just bringing in the service, embodying the experience of what it feels like to remove layers and layers and layers of information, which translate as dirt, in order to tune into the richness of what the field has to offer. Because once these devices, these artifacts are dug out, all the informational spheres that these were anchoring, pop up into the surface. And the consciousness of that very same space, of that very same field, is activated and then leads into a higher form of connection into the grid of that country, of that state, of that city, and so forth. So it's reactivating, reconnecting, which is fundamental for this time, for this stage of human evolution. That's one thing. And another thing that we have a lot of surprises. We will be going to places where actually it's quite probably to have connection with ETs, mountains where there are a lot of sightseeings, and we will be taken by the guardians of those sites that actually have had a lot of connection with the ET races, species. So we will be well taken care of, and also helping this grid, this network, to keep on flourishing, so that their labor comes also more into the field of awareness and supporting them for all the remarkable work that they are doing.
And we are very respectful with the land, the shamans of the area, the land keepers, that take care of the space. And so we do everything within their purview, their guidance, and what they allow. So that can be to your wildest dreams, but we're not like making it. It's not solidified. You have to do certain things. But if you contact us, we'll let you know about the details. And the governments, a lot of places don't like people bringing this to the public. The guy first brought them to the museums. They said they would never display them. How awful is that? So, yeah, the people are going to have to bring this out to everyone.
We're building up strong networks of disclosure that respect the place, that respect the consciousnesses and all energy involved, because this is just about bringing out the truth.
And make it very sacred, supportive, make it so the objects, they choose, they make the decisions, and the spirits behind them. And they're not put into an energy harvesting prison like a lot of museums are, that funnel off to a government somewhere. So, so there will be more to come as we're going on our exploration and be bringing tours along. So if you're interested in that type of thing, let us know. Again, PsionicLeague.com or PsionicLeague@gmail.com. With Psionic, it's right there. PSIONIC. And just contact us, Trip Inquiry, Mexico, and you can go into the things you wanted to do or the objects. And then we'll add you to our list. You're not committing just by messaging us. We're putting you on the lists, so we can keep you informed, so that you're the people that we contact when we're doing these things. So let us know if you're interested, and then we'll let you know more on the details. Then when everything's like seen by you and you understand what you're signing up for and the bigger picture of it and the pool place of power, and you get all the information, then you can decide if you want to come. And so it's really nice and comfortable for you. I'm going to make everything really good. She's really good at holding these tours, and I'll be helping as well. And we'll be teaching a lot of powerful information, abilities, and things that will change your life for the better.
That's the thing. We are preparing a super special trip, not only for you to see amazing places, yet and connect with amazing artifacts, also for you to expand your consciousness and your level of connection and relationship with these beings, with yourself, and with all these archaeological sites that are also embedded onto some extent in your DNA for every archaeological site at its most pristine form is located and can be activated from your DNA. Because then again, our DNA holds the records for the whole universe. So in some of those ancient sites, we left very precious information of our soul, of our fractals. So the more that we are aware of how to unfold it, the more that this comes as DNA, genetic upgrades, not only just seeing the beauty in the piece, in the artifact, yet actually being capable to mirror into the codes encrypted here and mirror them into our DNA and do full activations of those genetic arcs, galactic arcs within the main blueprint of our DNA structure.
They're too scared to come along on the journey to change your life for the better and upgrade your DNA.
Come on.
Yeah, come on and come hang out with us. So and
What about me? I'm
so
the real deal.
So people that are afraid, like, oh, I don't know, the ETs are nice and stuff. We're gonna audit them and see where they are and make a whole list on that. And 4,000 different gray type ETs. So there are some negatives, but a lot of them are positive or neutral. Like I've been contacted by the Merthyr bunch. They're extremely nice and telepathic, empathic. They see us as children. They're children. They added their genetics to the human genetic experiment. We're very powerful and important. They're like tending to a garden. They see us like a garden that they're growing and they're making thrive. We also resolve things for them as we have their DNA, and we're karmic resolution factories and going through a huge evolutionary shift that will affect everything else. And super hybrid, so combine all these abilities and capabilities together to make a huge cure for a lot of things. So they want to see us do well and thrive and grow. And they've been here since the beginning. And the same thing with Solipsis Rael and some Syrian beings. They made this planet way better. They stabilized it. They healed it from destructions. All this type of stuff that a lot of these species don't need to do, but they're helping us.
Yeah, they are communicating them through the artifacts, and there are some artifacts that shall be activated because they are still holding huge records for this network, for this grid, and restoring a lot of the frequency that was present before the last cataclysm. So yeah, there is big work to do. We are on it, and happy and grateful to share this with you. Someone was asking about a spiritual goddess 69. How beautiful, about the if it was necessary doing that with sacred plants. And as we know, sacred plants hold a galactic DNA, so they are quantum leap devices. Every time that they are taken, you can actually shift and upgrade your DNA at a very rapid scale in comparison to at an average scale. However, they are not necessary. We are capable to activate DMT within our brain just by commanding it. I show this in the courses, in the online courses. People has now been activating it because we are capable to do that. And not only the DMT, other kind of neurochemicals that enhance the levels of dopamine, of oxytocin, melatonin that we are capable to create through the pineal gland and other glands. So we're capable to do that. And actually, I do feel that the service of the plants is inviting us to mirror into them and taste the code and then be capable to recreate it within our body.
Yeah, so while these species want to contact you, there's a lot of layers. It's kind of painful coming down here and interacting with humans for a lot of them, especially the really empathic ones or high dimensional. There's a lot of denseness and drama and chaos and targeting. So there's ways to contact them more readily and easily in this psychedelics, of course, but going to these sacred places, interacting with these tools. Some of these tools have the codes for telepathy and the calling card to call them up on their phone, interact with them in a higher way, learn their abilities, gain greater knowledge, get visited. So if you're interested in all that stuff, contact us.
Yeah.
Can you tell them all your information?
Yeah, sure. Well, if you want to contact me in my mail, omnivision.hunuh@outlook.com. My webpage, www.hunuh / in the middle ÁKHNÁ.com. I will be writing it. It's perhaps words that you have never listened to. And as you know, I'm giving online courses on plasma body activation, DNA activation, IQ increase. Also, I custom made very specific courses based on all the information that I share, based on the needs or requirements of each one of you. If you're interested in it, I also translate the source code, which is your geometrical body is the key to the genetic arc. So it's very important. It's shifting from the barcode that was given to us in this artificial matrix to the source code, which is the geometrical imprint that connects you to your arc, your genetic arc. So and we'll be sharing some soon more online courses. So join us, come to the trip, come to Mexico, and allow yourself to be immersed in this beauty, in this magic, in this communion in between spirituality and science, and bringing in the most evolved expression of yourself. So thank you very much.
Many pyramids, archaeological sites, digs, so much special memories to have, and the soul family to meet. And spiritual goddess, it's say it's on a ley line, it's right near a pyramid. It's like king lines, dragon lines, all that. So I'm Sean Bond of PsionicLeague, founder of PsionicLeague, PsionicLeague.com, PsionicLeague@gmail.com if you want to, again, trip inquiry or sign up for sessions, consultations, healing sessions. Get rid of your pain, can depossess from a distance, clearing exorcism, teach you many abilities, unlock your dormant abilities, read into your deeper connections and your ET connections and DNA and the things waiting for you that are dormant. Mystery schools, if you want to be added to those, send us data on that so we can add you to them in the courses. And there's video products online for that. And a bunch of abilities. You can just subscribe to our YouTubes. Online, PsionicLeague, there's a bunch of videos of superhuman abilities that you can look at, and then in your subconscious, download the blueprint, how it's done, and then unlock. And share. Please comment your love below. We want to see if you want to see more of these videos. Let's press that like so we go up the YouTube algorithm, and subscribe to both our channels. See more. And share this with 5 friends or anyone that you think likes archaeology, aliens, ancient aliens, proof that you want to slap them in the face with for ancient aliens in the past and our connection to them and the transcendence of civilizations like with Egypt esque artifacts. Slap them in the face with it. And share, and we'll do more of these videos. The more people we see watching these videos. Yes,
just remember that whatever you put your attention in is what you're nourishing. So if you put your attention in truth, in love, in unity, then that's what we are creating. It's not neglecting or denying what is happening around. However, it's building a stronger network of that which we choose to create, to work, to shape as a humanity. So cheers to the truth and to all the beginning that we are that we are bringing into this field, in this stage of human evolution. Love you all. And until next time, until tomorrow, we will have actually Gustavo, our friend who supported us to do these remarkable findings. and we will have him tomorrow in a show. So we will be sharing the advertising for that encounter. So looking forward to it. Cheers.
Tune in if you want more of this content. And come see me. Come on the trip. Get your codes. Become your ET self.
He's probably thinking, like, seriously, come on.
Play the drums with me. Oh.
Okay. Well, thank you. Until next time.
Thank you, everyone. See you later. Bye. Love you. Please become family. Awkward sign.